fancy that
Put my
pen,
pen
isn't
down
it?
before I stop
it. Turn us off.
Yeah. My phone has one of these little pens.
Phone.
I had it in my hand, just press the button by mistake.
Oh, we're getting everyone coming on. Hello,
we're hoping
everybody.
we're hoping we get the comments.
Yes, this time we pray it goes right this week. Last week it did go a bit funny, which is a bit. I've never had that before.
We're getting all the pictures of people popping up. We
Yeah,
didn't get that
we didn't get
last week.
that last week. No.
Can anybody that's just on say hi?
Yeah, just
I could see things. I could see hearts then.
Oh,
give us a test and say hi, so we know we're going to see comments.
We've got up to 12 now, so that's good.
Yes, hello, Alison. Yay.
It's nice. Nice to say hello to everybody. Last week we missed all the comments.
Yep.
You know, it's hi
Emily.
Just appeared on my screen.
Oh, best part of her week. That's nice. Hiya, Squill.
Hiya.
So much better to be able to interact with people.
I know, isn't it? Last week it was quite.
It was us sitting here talking to ourselves.
Yeah. Hi, Joe. Yeah, very strange last week. I didn't like that at all.
No.
But yeah, everybody were commenting.
They were. We tried to answer everybody's, hopefully everybody's comment when I got home later on.
Oh gosh, some weeks it just don't work out.
No. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. Thank you for joining.
Elizabeth. Hi. We have got.
So nice.
I hope you're looking forward to a bit of knitting.
Yes.
We've got so much knitting. I've scooped up my.
She's got a hell of a lot of knitting.
And brought it all in to show you what to do with sock wool.
Yes.
Hello, Isabel.
Oh, thank you for joining.
Angela.
Yeah, I've only brought one knitting in.
Yeah, but you're brand new.
Yes.
To the sock knitting world and the sock knitting yarn world.
Yes. It's very nice wool though.
Things I've brought that to show you are from the things I've bought from all over the place.
Yeah.
But as we are now selling more sock wool. Starting to sell more sock wool here, we thought we'd give you some ideas. And I bet millions of you, well, there's not millions, but loads of you out there have all got a big stash if you're a knitter.
Yeah.
Like I have, of all these odd skeins.
Yeah.
Odd skeins. This is not sock wool, because this is not how ours come, but I bet how many people have got a huge stash of single sock skeins like this.
Yeah.
I bet there's quite a lot. I know I have. You saw my boxes.
Well, I've just started as well. What's Emma said? I've just started knitting last night.
Last night?
Oh, I must be a bit psychic.
Well, you've come to the right place today.
Yes,
I'm a bit of a mad knitter, and we're sort of educating Chloe to be a mad knitter. A mad knitter as well.
Yes. Hi, Caroline. Yes. It's great though, knitting.
Yeah, it's definitely knitting season. Even though we've made sure we've sat here today.
In the brightest room.
We're in the sunshine today.
It's lovely and nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice weather. Horrible yesterday, wasn't it?
Ooh, miserable.
Oh, hi, Carol. Must be
year 7's lunchtime. Hiya, Carol.
Hoping to finish off a cardigan I started about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think when you put it away for that long and then you bring it back out again. It's like knitting on something you want to get it finished.
I always forget where I'm up to if I put it down. Hi, Lynn!
See you later.
Yes, see you soon. Yeah, I always forget. If I put mine down, I forget where I...
Can I just give a bit of advice on that, right? If you put your knitting away, you think, I'm not going to do this for a while, make sure you put the pattern in the bag.
Yeah.
Make yourself, if you're a sewer, make yourself a proper project bag.
Yeah.
You know, like this kind of thing.
I've got a mini one.
Make yourself a project bag. I've kind of got lots of them. Put your pattern in. Right where you were at the pattern.
Yeah. That is
what
a good idea. Yeah.
Write down the needle size that you were using, because you might not be using the size that it says in the pattern, depending on whether you're a tight knitter or a loose knitter. Nicole, I have a wool cave plenty, but I'm a crochet, not a knitter.
Oh. What knitting takes to knit.
It makes time for me compared to crochet. Well, knitting is slower than crochet.
It is. What's Lorraine?
Having trouble getting snowflake wool to finish with Santa. I don't think we have any of that fluffy wool.
Snowflake wool? No, we don't have any fluffy wool.
I'm afraid.
Apparently I'm not into it. Oh yeah, because...
Oh right, see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow then. Okay. Didn't realise that.
Yeah, always put in, write down, if you're a crocheter as well, it's good to do, where you were at.
Yeah.
If you're taking your knitting needles out to use elsewhere.
Yeah.
And putting it onto a pin, write down what knitting needles you use, because I use different ones and it says in the pattern generally, so...
Top tip.
That helps.
I'll be doing that.
Rather than when you dig it out.
Yeah.
And you think, oh God, where was I? What did I use? Yeah.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Shall we make a start?
We'll make a start.
Hello, I'm Chloe.
I'm Heather.
We're Material Girls. If you've never watched us before, thank you for join in.
And if you've been here many a time, like we can see you have, quite a few of you have, thanks for taking time out of your day every week to spend it with us.
Yeah. So just one important notice before we start. Our last post date is on Wednesday the 23rd, so next Wednesday. So make sure you get your orders in before then. I've got to say, if you order on that day, you may not get your delivery for Christmas if you make it something for Christmas or whatever. So make sure you do get your order in before Wednesday.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Yeah.
Weekend possibly. Yeah. So that we've got a good chance of getting it out and getting it to you as soon as. So it's Wednesday the 23rd of December, our last post day.
And you're right, Carol, once you start, you just can't stop. How many projects have you got on the go? You don't want to know how many I've got on the go.
My mother shouts at me every time I start a new one.
Well, it keeps it interesting.
It does, doesn't it? You don't want to keep going on one. You know, it's boring.
So, sock knitting. We'll start with as it's sock wool, we'll start off with sock. How many of you out there are sock knitters? Comment under below or give us some likes if you're a sock knitter.
Yeah.
Sock knitting's a really portable project that you can take anywhere. If you're a passenger in a car and you're going on a long journey, take a bit of sock. It's amazing how much of a sock you can get knitted on a journey. If you're sitting,
I've never tried it.
If you're sitting in the doctor's waiting room, you know, it passes the time.
Yeah.
When you sat
there. It really
there,
does when your
appointment's half an hour late, just passes the time away. Other than sitting playing on your phone.
Emily's never done socks. No idea where to start. Oh well. I'm a newbie to socks.
And you've picked it up really quick.
Well, I like to think I have. Yeah. So if Heather can give some tips, I can give some tips.
Yeah.
You know, she's mad sock lady.
So we'll start off just by showing you a few of my knitted socks. I've got a couple of Donnas as well. So we'll start off. I'll show you Donnas first because the ones with some of the sock wool that we've got in the shop. Yeah. So this is the first one. This is one of Donna's. This one is called...
Oh, Sarah's a crocheter.
This is Regia Design Line. And these are like self-patterning really yarns. That. And this is, colour 03658. Mine has names. Oh, mine does. That's pretty names.
Not numbers.
No, not numbers. But this is the Arnie and Carlos range. Arnie and Carlos are two Swedish, I think they're Swedish knitters. And they do their own range. And they pattern themselves as you are knitting.
That's really pretty now, isn't it? It feels really nice.
They do.
And comfy.
Yeah, once you've worn a pair of hand-knitted socks, you don't want to wear the regular ones again because you don't get that elastic pull around the top of around your legs. And,
Morning, Anne. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to finish my sock. My other sock, so I can wear a pair.
So that's a pair from sock wool here. So if we pull these off as we do them, you pull that off there. And then we've started stocking West Yorkshire Spinners sock yarn, which kind of inspired us to, as I do so much sock knitting anyway.
Jennifer gets as far as the heel, then it all goes to pot. Oh, I've been there, done that.
There's so many different heels you can try. There's some brilliant YouTube tutorials. That's a mouthful. I think... I'm not 100% sure. I think I've got a couple of tutorials on my Instagram, Woolly Elephant Instagram, on the Instagram TV, on casting on all the different needles. I don't know if I've done the heel flap yet. Louisa, morning, you're amazing late. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Right, this one. This is another one of Donna's. This is
that's lovely.
The West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and this is in the birds range.
Alright. Jennifer loves Donna's socks.
This is blue tipped, this was called, and this is how they knit up. So they self pattern.
There you go.
This has been knitted ribbed. So it really hugs your foot. Do either of you crochet? Yes, we can both do a bit of crochet.
Oh, you've done a bit of crochet.
I have a crochet blanket to show you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tried attempting a crochet blanket, but I never got it finished. But
is one ball enough for two socks? Yes, it is. Yes. In fact, I'll show you in a sec what's left after I've done the pair of socks. So this is blue tip, this one. These are 4-ply yarns, sock yarn. The American influence is coming through. We call them sock yarns or fingering weight yarns. They get known as a lot. But think of 4-ply if you knitted in 4-ply. And there's a lot more patterns now for 4-ply than there ever was before. I find it a lot easier on my hands. Crochet, when you say do crochet, I don't do a lot of crochet because crocheting, the way I crochet it causes me shoulder pain and my wrist pain quite a lot, so I don't do a lot. But
what's Lorraine said? Do you do the patterns for socks?
There is. I'm going to give you links for a free pattern. Patterns at the moment. I think when you buy the sparkle yarn, you get a free pattern with it.
Yeah, you
do.
But
that is also on. There is a free on their site as well. West Yorkshire Spinners.
Yes,
there's free sock patterns on there.
Yeah,
there's all sorts. There's lots of paid for patterns, but there's quite a lot of free patterns you
can
get.
They're really good as well. Yeah.
I got the 2 sock sets of 1 ball. I'm a size 7 too. Yep.
Yeah.
That's Donna.
7.
Yep. And you have some left over. You see, the thing is, when you start knitting socks, right? Right. This was one of the Christmas ones that we had.
I'm so happy with
and
it.
This is mine.
I'll hold it this way because I've got a tail on this side, and I don't want to put that in. So we're back to front there.
Right. So this was West Yorkshire Spinners Signature Sparkle 4-ply, Fairy Lights.
Pretty.
This was called the Fairy Lights.
Yeah.
So
that's Heather's sock.
You're a size 7. I'm a size 7. I've knitted mine smaller because mine's for a Christmas gift for a smaller foot. So, but you easily get a pair.
Yeah.
You can obviously knit them longer. You'll be able to knit them longer than this as well if you like your socks.
Yeah,
longer.
I did this bit longer than the pattern told me to.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a longer.
But I think when you start making them for yourself, you knit them at different lengths to see what you like best. I like them longer. I like them to about here. Like Donna's done them. I like them longer. This is
sparkles.
This is how much after I've knitted a pair. These would probably do size 5, 6, 7. I can get them on.
All right.
Size 7, yeah. And this is what I've got left. There's probably about 40 grams.
What would you do? What can you do with your leftover?
So, what can you do with your leftover?
Good question.
Right. So, when you have done all your many socks, you'll then have lots of. If like me, you get into it, you'll have lots of little bits left over.
Yeah.
So one of the socks I'm knitting now, you don't have to knit socks obviously, but we'll try and get the socks in first, and then we'll go and we'll show you the other things that you can do. Yeah. This is another one. We haven't got this range yet. Maybe we'll get this in nearer the summer.
So
this was a summer range from West Yorkshire Spinners. Now I've got all these, but I haven't knitted them. Sorry. I really do to answer that. Right. This is how this one knits up. Now, this is where you can use. Sorry that you can hear. I'm filming on my phone and I just got a phone call. This is like what you can do with leftovers. So if you go onto another sock, you can use them to coordinate with your other colours. What
was that blue?
That's West Yorkshire Spinners as well. Right, I've not got the label on that, but they do plains as well as patterns.
Right, okay.
So they do plains to coordinate with the patterns as well. Yeah. So this is how this one is starting to knit up. And I've used what I've got left over for some weaving I'll use this one for weaving to add in. And you could do that for the cuffs, the heels, and the toes.
Yeah. What's jeans?
I have swollen like, what would I do for the stretch? Oh, that's not. They do actually stretch quite a lot. If you could knit, you could start off knitting for a bigger size. Yeah. So I do a 64 stitch cast.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Which is average for our size.
But
you could go up. You could go up to 72.
Yeah.
You could go bigger. You could start off bigger, and then as you get further down, you could decrease reduce a few stitches and decrease it down for your foot.
So that would work. Yeah.
Thanks, Lucy. But these are looking really nice. So hopefully,
really
come
pretty.
summer,
I actually love them.
Might start looking.
I'm so jealous.
So that's those. And then we'll go through all them other. Show them other. Because I brought you so many.
We don't know what to start.
Fiona.
Hi Fiona.
Show you so many different things. This one's a good one. First,
she's got a bag of socks here.
What can you do with your afterwards? Here, put that on there. Put that on the sock.
It's some use, and I'll put it on.
Do you have to wear matching socks? Because if you don't,
I don't think you do.
If you've knit a pair of socks or you've used something else, as long as you've got enough for one, I've done a matching set in different colours. I thought these go together. These two autumn colours.
They are so pretty.
Went together.
I love that pattern on it.
That pattern on there, if you're interested, is just knit 4 rounds and then rib 1 round. Knit 4 rounds, rib 1 round, and it gives you that.
I really like that.
It gives you that waffly type.
Yeah.
Waffly type look.
I'm going to start experimenting on my
which
socks.
I really like that. A lot of the time it's easy to just put a pattern down the front.
Yeah.
These are the handmade. These are the ones I'm showing you now where they're in the hand dyed. I do a bit of hand dyeing. This was my Kingfisher colourway. We have a Kingfisher colour in the West Yorkshire Spinners. See how much longer that looks than the other one. I wear these the most.
Do you need one of those sock things?
No, you don't need it. I got them for displaying. But once you've washed your sock, once you've knit your sock, you can get the look of ridges. If you do them on,
we were discussing this.
Yeah, if you do them on double pointed, like I do, can you see it bit? It looks a bit ridgy when you're finished. Now, if you were going to give them as a gift, you might not want it to go looking like that. So what you'd do is you'd wash it, put it in the sink with a bit of just mild fairy liquid works quite well, or Eucalan if you want to use the proper stuff. Proper wash for wool. Right. So your colours don't fade. Yeah. And then you would wash it. You would squeeze out the water. Don't wring. Yeah. Roll it in a towel. Squeeze the water out, and then put it on to this. And then they will dry flat on one of these. In a sock shape. You can get them that are like a wire shape where they'll dry faster. But then they'll dry like this one has, nice and smooth and flat. Yeah, real clever with squirrels. I never wear matching socks. Life is too short. Most definitely.
I never ever wear matching socks. Yeah. When I buy them, I never wear matching socks.
Well,
I can never.
It's got nothing to do with being lazy, and we can't be bothered pairing them up when we're washing.
But these are lost.
All different options. Of things. That's got a knife. That's the pattern of the same as the Kingfisher one. You can see it better on there.
That's really pretty. That I really like that.
That's the Christmas one. Then that's another one that's come up a little bit stripy.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really
does
pretty.
A micro stripe.
That really is effective, that, isn't it?
Yeah. That was the very first yarn I dyed. That one.
I told you she's literally got a bag of socks.
This I've only brought a few. Oh,
this is
one.
A few.
Look at these. You'll like these.
Okay, I didn't have a wool stash.
Thanks, Donna.
Guinea pig shampoo at first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wool wash. Fairy liquid. Your regular fairy liquid.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for washing wool. Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fairy liquid. Because it's quite mild.
Right, okay.
And it's quite good. In fact, when I dye wool, when I wash it in fairy liquid. Oh. And then I will put it into a Eucalan, if I've got it, the wool wash, which makes it smell nice, and puts a bit of lanolin back in, and it's really soft.
Fantastic tips, thank you, Liz.
If you like doing a bit of Fair Isle,
definitely give it a go.
These were my first colourwork socks.
They're so pretty.
The yellow is West Yorkshire Spinners, a plain one. And this one showed to me that you've got to use sock yarn, really, because sock yarn generally has nylon in it, and if you're hard on your socks like I am, I don't wear slippers.
Yeah.
You'll wear through them quite quick.
Yeah.
So this one was from a gradient yarn, a shade, one that shades.
Yes, the wool just does that.
The shade. So then when it ended at the pink, I started the next one from the pink and went down to the lilac. So
Lucy loves them.
They're great, aren't they? These are ones just for looking pretty, because I can't walk around in these because I'll ruin them.
Hang them up.
Yeah, just sit there with my feet out and admire them.
Oh yeah.
I should have done it the other way around, so that the West Yorkshire Spinners proper sock yarn was at the heel.
Yeah.
Because that's where I wear my socks there, and this bit here.
I'm going to have to do a pair of them.
They are fab, aren't they? I got these from a book called, I think it's called Op Art. And it's got all these different funky patterns for your socks.
I like that. I want to get that
book. You can do double knit.
Yeah.
There's a free pattern for this one.
Sorry, that's my piece.
That's mine. For this one, this is if you want a knit double knit, this is just in a King Cole cheapy sparkle double knit.
Easier or harder in double knit?
If you're a beginner, it can be easier to learn on double knit.
Right.
Because it's quick.
Right. Okay. Because I have got a double knit one.
Yeah, they knit really fast. I don't advise them in acrylic. They're not comfortable to wear at all. But double knit wool. Yeah. By all means. Do socks. The pattern for that one is the Simple Double Knit Socks pattern by Jane Ellison, who's Pearl and Jane in Skipton, and it's a free pattern on her website. You can download it on her website. She's got a great site. Yeah. To get a free sock knitting pattern, if you go to the West Yorkshire Spinner website and go to their pattern section, they've got a bit that says free patterns. I think what would be good for beginners in the fingering, the sock weight, the 4-ply, candy cane socks, and the fairy light socks, they look pretty plain. And there's about 8 free patterns on there for different socks.
All right. Oh.
So it's worth going and checking them out. You haven't got to pay. You don't need to pay for a pattern.
Yeah, and that's the West Yorkshire Spinners.
That's West Yorkshire Spinners. Also, if you've got leftovers, you could do short socks. Shorty socks. I wear these a lot.
I need to have a go at them as well.
So you can totally bypass the leg, and they don't come off like you would think they would.
Like ones that normally pop
Yeah,
off.
they don't slide down.
Oh, fantastic.
So all you do is rib a few rounds.
Yeah.
And I think I do 1 or 2 rows.
Yeah.
And then start your heel.
Oh, wow.
And then you're basically just knitting a foot.
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it?
All right, so they're great.
Saves you a bit of time.
I wear them quite a lot. I don't think I've got a lighter one to show you a lighter one, so you can see it in a lighter one. See all these different combinations of heels and things.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So that's about it for socks.
So that's the socks done.
Just a few.
Just a few. You have
just a few.
You know.
I'm going to say, but don't forget, if you like your socks, leftovers. That's brilliant. I think I did 20 rows of each colour all the way down, and then tried to match the other one. You've done really good.
I also brought my other one actually. That it's just in my project bag. I've named that my project bag now.
Yeah.
And this is my other one. Half in the middle of doing. I'm doing the heel. So I think I've just done that. See, I can't remember where I've got up to doing that.
So right, she's knitting. This is magic loop. There are various ways that you can knit socks.
Yes.
So this is magic loop, where you knit on one long circular needle.
So it's just one big circular needle.
What DK would you recommend for socks? You need something, Emily, that's got wool and nylon. Wool and nylon in.
Yeah.
West Yorkshire Spinners do one. If you're not going to have it with nylon in, then you need to wear slippers.
Right.
When you're walking around your house.
Yeah.
Wear something on your feet. I tend not to. But they will last longer if you can get a sock knitting wool.
Yeah.
With nylon in, preferably.
Yeah.
You could wear them you could knit them in anything if you're wearing them as bed socks, or just sitting with your feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of your double knit yarns, the Stylecraft ones.
Yeah.
Socks are
good.
Thing is, if knitting socks in wool, they act totally different than if you're knitting acrylic.
Yeah.
They don't make your feet sweat.
Right.
And if your feet do sweat,
yeah,
it kind of absorbs it, and they don't get smelly. They don't. It's important to know this, you know. You can wear knitted socks for more than one day.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. Good tip.
Because they like have a natural antibacterial type in them, so you don't need to. I've lost my train of thought.
Just think about smelly feet now.
Smelly feet. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. You don't get smelly feet. They tend to wick wick it away from your foot.
Right. Okay. That's what. Yeah. That's good. That's fine.
I also recommended knitting them at a really tight gauge.
Right. Yeah.
Don't knit them to a loose gauge. It's different if you're just doing it for your bed socks or your slouchy socks, but for your general walking about, you want to knit them at quite a tight gauge. So 2.25 or 2.5 size needles.
Oh, I know what I need to know.
Because they'll be more comfortable. Yours are 2.25. It'd be more comfortable underfoot.
So that's the magic loop way, and you just.
I hope that helps, Emily.
Yes. Sorry, I've just sort
of that's all right.
Cracked on. Yes, that's magic loop. So you have like your two loops, and you just knit across onto this one, and then you pull out your cord to make another loop. Once you've watched a video on it and you've got it into practice, it gets easier. It sounds complicated. Yeah, you probably don't know on about pulling loops.
When she says 2 loops, it's generally on one loop. You have one loop, but because she's doing the heel,
I've got
you need
like
to
these
use
2 loops.
You need to watch videos.
You are mine of information.
Yeah.
I rotate mine so that they get worn once a week.
Good idea. Do you know, just knit 50 pairs.
Yeah.
Do you know, and then 50 odd pairs. I've got so many pairs of socks. I only have to wash them about once every 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Because I've got that many.
So that's magic loop.
This is magic. This is one on magic loop. I'm knitting a matching set. Trying to knit a matching set. This is in a King Cole sock wool, in a man colour. So I'm knitting. I don't know if they still do it or not. I've had this for ages. I'm trying to knit through my sock stash, which I have a lot of. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram and you saw my craft room, I showed my craft room yesterday on Instagram.
Oh my God, I cannot believe it. My mother says I have a lot of fabric.
Yeah, I have been collecting it I haven't got a lot of fabric. It's more, there's a lot more wool than there is fabric in there.
A mixture.
So, if you're a sewer, you could make these little, it's just a little,
handy,
yeah, with 2 poppers on.
Yeah.
You put it over your needles, and you're double pointed, and it stops them dropping off.
What you've got, you've got them on your other ones. You've got like little stoppers, which I think are amazing.
I can't remember where they came from. I got them at a show. Oh. If anybody else knows, they're just little polystyrene.
I just think they're
like
really
foam,
clever.
like kids' foam.
Yeah.
With different hole sizes that you can just shove on the end.
Stop some of them.
If you haven't got that, these are little 9-inch circulars. A pair I've got going at the moment. That's some grass, some turf.
Oh.
I collect all these fancy jewellery, like they were from a spring picnic set. That was grass. Progress keepers. If you haven't got anything like this for stopping them falling off, if you work on the little 9-inch round circulars, a hairband. Hold them together and just put a hairband around a few times.
Right.
It works brilliant. Stops your wool dropping off your needles. If you're working on double pointed needles, like I am here, just hold them all together, push them there, a hairband, one of those thin hairbands at each end, and your knitting won't drop off.
I got some of those stoppers off eBay and Amazon.
Yeah.
Look.
Like little pyramids. Right, good to know that.
I'll have a look on there. Thank you, Emily.
That's
you know that I didn't know.
That's another one on the 9-inch. These take some getting used to.
Yeah.
These are one of the latest things that came out. But I think my gauge is a bit looser on these, so preferably need to go down a bit
really
smaller.
Pretty.
This is one of my self-striping ones.
Stripy.
Taking ages to dye self-striping. But you can just knit round and round. I'm good. Them marks there's a different way of doing a heel. You just knit a tube. You see I've put 2 little markers in here, one here and one here. So it's a 64 stitch cast on. If you mark when you get to where you want to put your heel, at 32 stitches, at half your stitches, put a marker in at each end and then carry on. And then you knit your toe, as you would normally. And then you go back to where you want your heel and you believe it or not, you cut it.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, you don't just go in with a pair of scissors and cut it. There's a way to do it where you put your 2 needles under. It's easy to do that with a magic loop. Do the magic loop needle actually.
Yeah.
You put your needles in and back into the stitches. It's easier than it sounds. And then you cut the thread between, and then you just knit a heel, which works really well if you work.
Take a bit of practice.
Yeah, but if you work, it works really well.
Yeah.
If you wear your heels out, because if you wear your heel out, then you can take your heel out
and change it
and just put a new one in.
Oh my god!
Right, there is a video on my Woolly Elephant YouTube channel
I will be watching
that shows where I did it for the very first time.
Yeah.
I did it for the very first time and I show it.
I'm gonna watch that.
Right, and I do it and I don't go wrong.
Yeah.
So
brilliant!
if you've never tried that, have a look.
Yeah.
On there.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm doing with that one.
What are you up to in all these socks? Do you write it down or do you just?
No. I count. I just
can't
count.
believe you've got all these socks on go.
You can count. Well, there, I just knit. I usually generally knit about 60 rows in the leg.
Yeah.
So on that one, I'll just go look on the back and then just count the rows to see where I'm up to, and then I'll start the heel. And then I knit about 55 rows. Yeah. For my foot. I've done that many. I know how many rows to knit to fit me, because I have knitted a lot of socks for other people as well, but to gift, I mean, not to sell. So that's the socks. So what else can you do with sock wool? Good, it's 12:30 and I'm sure anything else. Right. It's alright, we can overrun. Crocheters. Ooh, wow. This is a corner to corner. Because my hands are knackered, my husband is 3D printing a circular sock knitting machine for Christmas. I'll just be putting it. That's brilliant. 3D printing. Because they are an actual sock knitting machine is extortionately priced. So that's brilliant. That's fantastic. Yeah. Hi Hilary, thanks for joining us. Right, so this is a crochet corner to corner blanket. If you're a crocheter, there's a good chance that you've seen these. Yeah. There is, I've used the corner to corner blanket tutorial by Bella Coco on YouTube. I learned how to do that. You basically start at the corner, do one, and then you work your way. I can't describe how to do it because I'm not really a crocheter. But it's fab. To make this, I've used 2 strands of sock yarn. Yeah. All my leftovers. I've been putting a lot of my leftovers into this. So I've used one strand of the colour, whichever colour, and I'm just chucking them in randomly, along with a cream, either an undyed, or this was some stuff I dyed and I wasn't very happy with. It only had a few speckles in it. And I'm putting it into this.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I just found that funny.
Well, it is.
When I dyed it.
Look, it is. It went
I
wrong.
happy with it.
Look, I did it with a pink and blue. I was doing Bo Peep, right?
Oh, that's
pink and blue for a Toy Story range.
Yeah.
And I can see it right there, a yellow speck got in it, right in the middle.
Oh, Heather.
So that ruined that.
Oh.
So now that's going...
Well, there you go.
I can't sell that, so that's going in this blanket. So that's a crochet.
nicely.
And they've all got memories in.
Yeah.
This green and purple here, this was Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, that's cool.
That was Buzz Lightyear. This was some tropical self-striping socks I made in a tropical colours. This was the blackcurrant ice cream. Actually, to show you, give you an idea of how they crochet, that's that one. Is this one I'm doing now.
Yeah.
That's how that comes up.
Sandra just said I should have brought my blankets in and my little...
You should have done, yeah.
Sandra. Oh, we'll show next time.
So that's
next time.
So that's a crochet blanket. So you do it to the length that you want, and then I'm going to put a big wide border around that when I've done, and it feels so nice.
So nice.
I can't do it in the summer because it's obviously a bit warm sitting on my knee, but it's
definitely a winter.
It works like a blanket while I'm making it. So that's the blanket.
All this it's just got all this strings.
I'm getting tangled up in all this wool. Shawls, right? Now this, if you like shawls, scarves, this is sock yarn. I wear this nearly every day. This is called the Girl from the Grocery Store shawl. It was done for there's a YouTube channel called The Grocery Girls.
All right, yeah.
They work in a grocery store. They're really funny and they have a brilliant YouTube channel. They're knitters. They have some videos on Craftsy as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's basically garter stitch. You're just knitting every row. And to give that kind of shape, I think you're increasing on one side as you go along, and then it's got a lacy edge. This is all sock knitting.
Do you know, it's hard to get my head around all this. So you just cast on this edge?
No, you cast on a tiny little bit at the corner.
Oh.
And then you're gradually increasing at this side.
Right.
As you're going down.
Oh, yeah,
and adding in. So it
yes.
gives it you that on an angle. So it's like it's on an angle.
Way.
You're knitting straight, but you're just increasing at one side.
That's so
and it makes
clever.
it at an angle. This is very stretchy.
Yeah.
And this is brilliant for using up if you've got leftover sock yarns, because you can make all your stripes.
Yeah.
You know, you can pick ones that coordinate together and you can make stripes, or you can buy colours specifically for doing.
You're going to have to tell me all these
so
again.
that is really easy. So if you want to get into knitting, that is such an easy one, because it's just knitting. Till you get to the end, it's just knitting.
Yeah.
It's knit every row.
So pretty. I'm going to save up all my wool.
This is another one.
I love this design.
This is a good leftover.
So clever.
This is good leftover project. This is knitted. I think I've held 4 strands together here. I've used cream throughout again, like I did with a crochet blanket, and then either 2 or 3 strands of others, and I've tried to sort of coordinate them as they go through.
Yeah, I think you've done really well with that. It's really nice.
And that knits up really fast. I haven't got a pattern for that, but you just cast on. I think it's an odd number of stitches.
Did you make it up?
Yeah. And then I think I knit 3, either knit 3 or 4 rows.
Yeah.
And then the next row you would knit, I think I knit 2.
Yeah.
Yarn round the needle 3 times.
Yeah.
And then knit the next stitch.
Yeah.
And then on the next one, yarn round, knit, putting the yarn round 3 times, and do that all the way to the end.
Oh, really?
And then on the next row, when you go back, when you knit all the extra loops, you drop off, and then you pull it down, and you get those elongated.
That's so clever.
Stitches.
That's Elizabeth Greathead is watching from France. Oh.
I hope you've got nice weather there too. It's gone dull now. The sun's gone in. Weaving. You could do weaving.
She's dabbled in everything.
I have. This is a scarf. West Yorkshire Spinners. That's the West Yorkshire Spinners sock yarn. If you weave, make scarves and things with that. I've used the woven fabric with leftovers to make zip up bags and the purse and things as well. So that's
really pretty.
This is all your weaving.
Everything is
soft. Super soft because it's merino and nylon. Really the vast majority of what I use is either merino and nylon or Polworth. And then there's the jumpers, the shawls. You can knit jumpers in sock yarn. This is the V-neck Boxy by Locatelli, I think she's called. It's an oversized loose jumper, that.
That's what you like sometimes.
That's all sock. That's knitted in sock yarn, the merino nylon.
Yeah.
So it's the same stuff you knit your socks with.
Got this one.
This is one of the first shawls I did.
Oh,
this
Karen's watching from Spain.
This one is good for wearing like a cowl. One of these. When I did them, they were like, how small does that come out? This is just sparkly sock yarn. But you can wear them. You can wear them like a cowl, like that. I'm
going to do one of them because Donna's got a few
and then it looks like you've got a fancy cowl on.
Really pretty.
This one, I don't think I gave her the links for this, but hold that one up. That's a shaded one, sock yarn. This one's called the Geology Shawl, and it's on Ravelry.
Right.
So if you put in geology, and it's the first small size that comes out like that, you can just wear it like this, like a little cowl to wear around the house. And you just cross them over, pull them round, pull your hair out. You can tuck them under or fasten it with a pin or to hold it in place. Your hair's probably just pulled it out.
That's so nice and warm then.
So I hope that's given you lots of ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've done that much.
Can you get sock yarn in baby pastel colours? A new baby great granddaughter. Yeah, there's even little sock patterns online for knitting for the babies. Yeah, you could just do for a baby. You could just do it in a regular baby 4-ply. Yeah. You know, do we sell 4-ply baby yarn?
Yeah, we sell Wondersoft 4-ply baby yarn.
You could do
pastel colours.
Do that for babies. They do teeny tiny little baby sock patterns you can get if you just go on Ravelry.
Yeah. A pattern on there.
Or anywhere like that. There's quite a lot of places that have free patterns. We just thought we'd give you. I know. Me too, Fiona. Give you some quick ideas for presents for knitters.
What to have in your stash.
Yeah. If you're going to knit socks, you want double pointed needles. Well, you don't have to do it on double pointed needles. I have preference. I do it on a maul, but I prefer double pointed needles. Yeah. Because then if you want to, they're good for doing hats, you can do, because you can knit hats in sock yarn
as well. You don't have to sew it up.
I don't know what my husband had done with my hats, otherwise I would have brought my hats as well, but my husband's half-inch them, I don't know where they are. So these are 3mm. They you would maybe do double knit or something like that on those.
You've definitely
I am glad.
Oh, that's what we're here for.
2.25, that's an 80cm. It's a good starter one.
Yeah.
A good starter one, and once you got into it, you could go up to a more premium one.
Emily, do you have double pointed needles on your website? Yes, we do.
Yes, well, we've got these ones, and there's some Zing. These are the drops. And then these ones that we're selling more now.
Yeah, they're
Knit
really
Pro
nice.
Zing, these are really good. Knit Pro Zing is really good. These are how long are they? 8 inches, I think. 20 centimetres, 8 inches. Yeah. So they're good for if you're doing a hat or something like that as well, because they're a bit bigger.
Right.
So you can do your socks on those. These are really nice, these ones.
I've never used them ones. But...
Yeah, I've used Knit Pro Zing. I've used everybody's.
I've just done everything in.
Yeah, do you want to do a couple? Give me my voice.
Yeah. Well, so we've got the knitting ball yarn. Whatever it's called.
Yarn ball.
Yarn ball. Tape measure.
My mum says this is really good for if you've got dexterity problems.
Yeah.
Because you can hold it rather than have something small you've got a grip. You can hold it like that because she has real trouble with her hands, my mum.
What's Emily just said? Thank you. I'm on your website right now with the yarn spins for ply. Well, which ones would you say best? Sorry for no questions are good.
If you're knitting socks, these both the West Yorkshire Spinners signature yarn and the Regia yarn are as good as each other. Personally, I like the West Yorkshire Spinners.
I like the West Yorkshires, yeah.
But these feel just as nice.
Yeah.
It's just personal taste. There's quite a few colours of these in the birdie colours, and we've seen most of them knitted up.
Yeah, they're really nice.
And it's pretty hard wearing. They're both hard wearing, but we can speak from experience of wearing them with these ones.
Yeah. We just had another noise then.
Yeah, sorry, that's my phone.
That just threw me off a bit then. So get on and buy some Yorkshire and juicy.
Yeah, the West Yorkshire Spinners.
Socks.
It's really nice to knit with.
So that's the tape measure yarn ball. Then you've also got a pop-up thread snip. Like that.
That's good for chucking it if you're taking your socks out and about with you.
Yeah.
And you need to snip anything ends off if you're weaving ends in.
It's got a little puller on the side. You can push
so that's a safer one.
What else have we got? Oh, safety stitch holder. Really good to use, when you're doing...
like that V-neck Boxy, there's certain bits you do where you might have to put it on a stitch holder.
Carol's asked, are either superwash?
Yes, I think West Yorkshire Spinners are their superwash. Do not tumble dry wheat. Yeah, as far as I know.
Getting all these noises today.
It doesn't actually say on here. Where's the washing instructions?
It's there.
Yeah, it says yes. 30 degrees it says, and it shows. It doesn't say hand wash, so yeah, they're superwash. I think they are as well.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's superwash as well. Yeah, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. There you go.
Both are superwash. Superwash means, if you don't know, it means you can put it in the washing machine. If you put a wool that's not superwash in your washing machine, say like the Croft, this is how a lot of the yarns come, the 4-ply ones. Yeah. This is not one of them, but if you put a non-superwash in your washing machine, it will felt.
Right.
Shrink and stick to all the yarn stick together, and it'll come out to fit a baby. So just wash them by hand, and just try not to use, if you use non-superwash, just wash them by hand. Try not to use too much friction,
right? Because
the friction does it as well,
right?
But they're lovely. They knit just as nice. You just can't chuck them in the washing machine. Whereas superwash have been treated with a special stuff that you can put it in the washing machine.
So there you go.
But not the tumble dryer.
She's got brain full of knowledge, this woman. So is that everything for the gift?
Oh, and the only other thing I was going to show was these pins. Oh, we've got your couple of different. You're nicer and your
got
basic.
Your tape measures. You've got a storage one, and you've got a really posh one, a rose gold one with a button in the middle.
These pins are great for knitters when you're knitting jumpers, because they're big and they're long. They're good for pinning your jumpers together before you sew them up, so they don't move. Yeah. If you don't mattress stitch, I mattress stitch a lot of things, but if you need to pin it, to seam it, big pins, then you don't lose them. Yeah. Jane said, love to see you live. Happy Christmas to you both. Oh, thank you, Jane. Happy Christmas to you too. This is our last one until after Christmas. Yes, it is. Until the new year. It is. I'm not sure what the date is. It'll be for the... When we do our next one. Yeah, when we do the next one. Next week we've got our last Instagram live. Right. We've got that. I think that's on the Tuesday. Yeah. At 12 o'clock. Yeah. So make sure you're watching that. Just quickly, we've got some new fabrics. So I just want to put them in. We've got some new fabrics that have just come in yesterday. So we've got this Star Fabrics, which is called Jazzy Stars. That is the chambray blue. They look like they're on a denim. They look like they're on a denim. They do, don't they? Feels really soft, these as well. So we've got that one. We've got the pink Jazzy Stars. Really soft, really nice to work with. Yeah, they do. They look like they're on a canvasy or a denim-y type background. Yeah. Yeah, they do, don't they? And then we've got the denim. The denim. These are lovely. Denim colour. Can't say that, denim. And then we've got the black and red and pink hearts. These have been going really well. Sorry. Love these. Valentine's Day is coming. Yes. And we've also got the white version. These hearts are selling out really fast. So if you want to make anything, you know, for Christmas or anything, for those you love, make sure you buy quick before our post date and you know, before it sells out. And then we've got bees. You can't get enough bees out there. These are called Bees and Ladybirds. These are cutesy. This is blue bees and ladybirds, right? Oh, this is a cutesy bee design. That one. And then you've got a pink one. Sorry, I'm just like whizzing through these. Got a pink one, which is really pretty. Really cute, aren't they? Yeah, that's cutesy. We've got, I think this is a green. It's like a sagey green, isn't it? Sagey green, yeah. There's a sagey green one. And last but not least, the yellow one. They're great for children's things, really these. They've been selling really well as well. So make sure you get them. I think that's everything. Everything we've got to show. Everyone's saying happy Christmas. Have a lovely Christmas. All the best. Happy Christmas to go zone. Yes, happy Christmas. Got to sew project bags too. One. Most definitely. I have got stacks of them. You need to make project bags for everything. So if you've got if you've got 15 projects on the go like me, you need one for everything. You need one for everything. Yes, so I think that's everything, isn't it? So until the new year. Yes, have a good Christmas. Happy, healthy. I hope we all enjoy seeing our family. Yeah, which would be nice. That'd be really nice. Yeah. So have a good Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. Bye. Bye.